Iroquois theater fire was way more horrifying than you thought and far worse than what you learned. But why? For one, the theater was built like a death trap. It was supposedly completely fireproof, but that wasn't true. The theater actually didn't pass fire code right before it opened, but the city officials kind of looked the other way because they got free tickets. And then on December 28, 1903, there was a musical, Mr. Bluebeard, that a bunch of mothers and kids went to go see, around 1,200 people. So a couple of the things that were wrong with the building was there was no sprinklers, there were no fire alarms, there were no emergency lights, there was no draft that would allow the flames to go up instead of spread throughout the building. There were 27 doors, but most of them were locked or blocked with curtains, that way people couldn't get in for free. And the fire exit was blocked and there was no ladder for people to get down. So people on the second and third story, they basically were screwed. In the middle of the play, one of the backdrops was a little too close to one of the hot lights and it ended up catching fire. There was an on-site firefighter who tried to put it out, but all he had was 2 canisters of kill fire, which wasn't enough. So the fire spread upward and then it started catching all of the curtains on fire and they started dropping onto the stage and into the crowd. And the whole room started filling up with smoke really quickly and the lights went out, so people started panicking. The performers were the luckiest. They were able to run out a backstage door to safety, but when they opened the door, a bunch of air was sucked in, which then fueled the fire on the inside and made it way worse. People on the third balcony started trying to jump because the fire exit was blocked. Many of the first people that jumped ended up dying, and then the people that jumped after them ended up surviving because their fall was cushioned by the bodies, but then people fell on top of them and they ended up dying. This was the door on the balcony that wouldn't open, where people just piled up and unfortunately died. And also, stupidly, the doors opened inward, not outward, so when all of the people were like rushing to get to the door, there was too many people crammed against it to be able to open it. By the time the fire department got there, they couldn't even get into the building because the doors were blocked by so many bodies that they had to use poles to try to move them to be able to get in. 602 people ended up dying, and it was mainly women and children. Firefighters said that there was just piles of bodies 10 deep everywhere they looked. The second and third balconies is where most of the people died from suffocation.